This is the Desert Vibe. Welcome on board for this edition, week after Turkey Week. I'm Glenn Gardner.
I'm Walt Richardson.
I'm Jamie Ray.
Who the heck are you?
Who is that?
I'm Matthew from the Matthew Allen Project.
Right on.
I'm Matthew from the Matthew Allen Project. Good to have you here. We do this podcast every week, other than holidays and kind of when we just don't feel like doing it. That's the beauty of, being either unemployed or retired, or some combination thereof, right? But really pleased to have Matthew joining us today. Every week we usually feature an artist, and then towards the end of the program, we take a look at various things that are happening around the Valley music-wise, and we put this podcast together to really feature what a great music community we have in Arizona and here in the Valley. And one of the guys that a lot of us on this screen have been following for the past several years is for some reason sitting in his car or a Waymo. I'm not sure, but
he's on tour. He's on
tour. He's on tour of his driveway, I think. But I just want to start by asking your question, Matt. You are probably one of the more diligent up and coming artists in the Valley that I know. You really work hard. Do you think that work ethic is paying off for you at this point?
Yes, I do. It's been a long time coming. I mean, I've been doing this since I was 14 years old. Since I've arrived in Tempe, a lot of things have changed. And as far as putting it into more of a business type of reality in my mind, instead of doing it just for, I think when I was younger, I was egotistical reasons why I may have been pursuing this. And it wasn't until, later in life that certain freedoms were taken away that I realized, I am an artist and I am a musician. And first and foremost, I'm a father. So I took some time off to raise my daughter. And now that she's on her way, in the past year and a half, I've decided to re-pursue it. And since I've been in Tempe, I haven't stopped working, and I've made a lot of sacrifices, like living in my truck for over a year and a half and putting all the money I had into, trying to get the website up, my publishing company, all of the, ins and outs of merchandise and trying to get all that worked out, that the focus has been the same, but it's never been more focused after coming to Tempe and meeting people like you, Glenn, Jamie Ray, and Walt, who I hold extremely high and professionally and in the humanistic way. You guys are some of the greatest people I've ever met. And it wasn't until I had a wonderful, serious conversation with Walt one night that, taking the step to reinvent yourself as an artist, although it was scary, as soon as I did that, things started happening. Festivals, musicians, more shows, more opportunities, and having an open mind as an artist and not keeping yourself in a box, and being able to edit your own music and saying, maybe this isn't right. Keeping an open mind has gotten me pretty far. And now I'm playing one of the biggest stages coming up here that I've played in many years. So I think things are definitely headed in the right direction. I appreciate the question.
Well, one of the things that always happens in this career is the people whose paths we cross along the way. And I remember when you came out to the open mic night over at the TCA, and it was just something about where you were at, what you were doing on stage that I could see. And I wanted to say, if there's any way I can help you out with that, I would love to. And so we've had a lot of chats and things of this nature going down the road. And like you said, you have you had to change a lot of things. You had to build from the ground up, rebuild from the ground up. And I have a ton of questions I can ask you
Mhm.
about that whole rebuilding process because we were sitting there chit chatting at the chill room the
Right.
whole time.
Right.
Many
Throughout
nights.
the entire process.
You were rebuilding and I was rebuilding too, and respectively in different parts of our life. Said, but you touched on something that I think is really important about your focus, and that is your daughter. She's your number one fan.
Uh,
Can you tell us a little bit about who she is and what she means to you, and how she's going along with following her art?
yes. So she means the world to me. Um, I'll do everything for her. So I wrote this song called Celebrate. And the power of music is crazy. I'm in Nashville, 2000. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I can't remember. 2007. And I get this random phone call from Hawaii. And it's a girl on the line, a woman. And she's like, is this Matthew? I'm like, yeah. And turns out my friend was listening to this song Celebrate that I wrote, and this girl didn't believe that he knew who I was. So he gave this girl my number. And uh, long story short, we started talking for like a year and a half. It turns out she had family in Nashville. So she flies out, and we hit it off. We're, wild and crazy. And um, one thing leads to another. And, you know, she's pregnant. So I remember her sitting there saying, we can do this. And I said, you know what? I said, I'm never going to leave your guys' side, no matter what. And this song Celebrate, after after sitting back and looking at it on the outside, it was this song who brought my daughter into my life. And full circle, we're in the chill room and we're on stage together and she's singing it with me. And it was an amazing time, amazing moment. I have that video on the website monotonesickness.com, or you can see it on YouTube at the Matthew Allen Project channel. But it was an amazing time. So my daughter is my absolute. She saved my life. I was on that rock and roll lifestyle without the paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Living the lifestyle but not making any money, and I was headed in the wrong direction. And she absolutely saved my life. And to this day, she's more of an adult than myself could ever be. And she's doing great. She's on her own. And it's like I said, music is a powerful thing. One song created a life of a human who I think is going to go on and do amazing things for this world and be a light and a fountain, not a drain. And she's amazing.
It reminds me of uh, your story is very, it's a human part of what we go through backstage, behind the scenes, and living out our career, living out our dream and everything. And it reminds me of a great song written by Cat Stevens that almost talks about the same thing, called Boy with the Moon and the Star on His Head. And and I thank you for sharing that, man. I know it probably wasn't as easy, but I felt like
Oh,
it was
yeah,
important, because when we are out there, it seems like it could be a real callous um, career where it's all about me, but it really isn't. It's very heart wrenching and gut wrenching at times, but you just get back up there on stage because
yeah,
that's what you do. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And I can say that sure with you, my brother, because we sat there and we talked right there at the chill room every step of the way. So I know exactly the story from the inside out, which is
Yeah.
why I'm so glad Jamie Ray reached out to have you to be interviewed this week. And
I'm honored to be here,
oh,
man. I love what you guys are doing.
so
Man, I remember talking about this over a year ago, being,
mhm,
you're going to have a podcast, man.
yeah,
I can't wait to be on that. I want to be on it, you know.
right,
I
right.
I love what you guys are doing, especially for the community and the Tempe. I've been wanting to say, like, Tempe has had its moment, but I think I think there's so many good talented artists in this community that it could happen again.
Well, it's happening, and you're part of what's making it happen.
Yeah.
So thanks for being here. I think Jamie Ray has a bunch of questions.
Always have.
Because she has a ton of
I go make coffee now.
right.
Yeah, now it's the Jamie Ray show because they're gonna leave till I'm done. Um, I want to touch on because Glenn mentioned it too, and I know Walt always mentions it when we talk about uh, all the artists we know in the valley. But one of the reasons, and probably the most number one reason I picked you is not I wanted you on this podcast is not for just your talent and your story, but I don't know why I'm crying, but you work your butt off. And I see that. And I've seen and I haven't known you as long as Walt has. I've known you from the chill room for the last 2 years, but I haven't really got to know you until this past year. But I have noticed from the very first time I saw you the change and not something that's for the better, just the work ethic and the hard work you put in and the growth that it is. And and then once the name changed, the Matthew Allen Project just opened up a whole new light in you. I don't know if it was the name change or not, but whatever it was, you've just grown so much in the time I've known you. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to have you on here because there's so many artists that we see at the chill room at TCA all over the valley, all over the world. And some artists get to a point and they think they've made it and they slow down and that you can't slow down and you do not slow down. And I thought I worked my butt off. But you are out there doing it. And so one of the questions I want to ask you, you've answered a few of them for me already, but I know that you have this history with your daughter we talked about, which is beautiful. I know that that lights a fire in you. But I also know some things about you and your family. You've got some musical influence from your family. And I always get the story wrong. Was it your uncle that had the guitar that sang, or was it a grandfather, or was it both?
Well, yeah, it goes pretty deep. I've got history in the music area. We had a famous gospel singer, and I text my mom. I'm like, what is his name? She hadn't got back to me. The guy who was with Elvis, who always was saying Elvis has left the building, that was our cousin. Um, I have a cousin, a second cousin out of Missouri. She did an ancestry.com thing, and believe it or not, somewhere along the line out of Missouri, I'm related to Prince. I never say that to anybody, but um, that goes back. And then my uncle Jerry, was in a band in the late 60s called the Hush Puppies, and you can look them up on Discog.
Now he's the
DIS.
one. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but he's the one that went and listened to,
Yeah.
and you sound just
Well,
like him. And
right,
that's my point for you to tell this story, because that music runs deep in your blood. I mean, it's
right,
there. And
right.
so, and like you said, since you're 14,
Yeah.
so
So well, how it all came to be is Uncle Jerry was my mother's oldest brother, and they had of 5 children. So it was my Uncle Jerry, my Uncle Bob, and then I believe it was my mom, my Uncle Randy, or no, it was my Uncle Randy, my mom, and then my Uncle John. So Uncle Jerry was like the big brother, right? And Christmas time was the best time in our family. We'd all of us get together. I had so many cousins. I love my cousins, my first cousins, second cousins, I miss all of them because, Christmas is so lonely these days without them, but everyone's so spread apart. But as a child, Christmas was it. Any holiday, anything. So here comes like my grandfather's retirement party, and my Uncle Jerry is we're all sitting around, and he's playing his guitar, and he's playing everything from Merle Haggard, Waylon Jennings, Hank Williams, all the great songs, and everybody is sitting around singing with him. So it's not just him playing, but it's all my family singing along, and all of us are sitting on the couch and on the floor and on the carpet, and he's in the big recliner, you know what I'm saying? And he's a big Harley riding dude, you know what I'm saying? Uncle Jerry's, you know, beard and wild man, I can tell you some stories, man. But he's sitting there playing the guitar, and I look at him, in this moment I look at him, I'm like, man, Uncle Jerry, I want to play like you. And I want to play like you. And he looked at me and he said, and mind you, we're 450 miles away visiting. And he said, go in that back room, and in the closet, there's a guitar and an amp, and take it home with you and teach yourself how to play. He didn't tell me how, he just said, teach yourself how to play. And then, give it back to me when you're done. Get yourself a guitar. So I did. I was 14 years old. I took that guitar home with me. It was a Gibson 72 ES 325 hollow body. Glenn will know this guitar. He's seen it. It's a cherry red mini humbuckers.
For those of you who aren't guitar geeks, we are talking about a very, very, very serious guitar.
Beautiful.
I mean,
Beautiful.
this is a serious guitar. This is like I don't know, several $1,000. Even
Yes.
back then, it was a serious guitar,
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I would like to contact your Uncle Jerry if he's still around and see if he has anything else sitting in that closet.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing of the story is here, like, so I took it home. It was a Fender Bandmaster 64 Fender Bandmaster amp that he bought brand new back in the day. So he played this with the Hush Puppies, and I took it home, taught myself how to play. I sat down, I threw Nirvana albums on, and I just listened to it and found the notes. My mom taught me my first song, House of the Rising Sun, and that song there. That was
Sunshine of Your Love, yes.
yeah, first 2 songs I learned. Went upstairs, threw the albums on, figured it all out, started writing my own songs. Got a guitar, sent the guitar back to my uncle. I'm 17 years old, and I find out my Uncle Jerry's in the hospital. Turns out he has an extra valve on his heart. He's going through surgery. Things are not looking good. Um, he's under the knife, and while he's under, he coughs, and one of the arteries explodes in his heart, and they couldn't save him, and he died right there, unfortunately. He left that guitar and amp to me in his will that we had no idea. soon as he passed, it was 4, 5, 6 weeks later, my grandmother shows up, and she's got the guitar and the amp, uh, and says, "Your Uncle Jerry wanted you to have it." So I rocked that thing. I rocked it ever since I was 14. I still rock it to this day. But you know, amazing man, awesome musician, hell of a guy.
And
And
obviously too really influential
Yeah.
in your development. You know, without an
Mhm.
Uncle Jerry, there probably wouldn't be a Matthew Allen project if, you
Right.
know, if one were to you know, to guess. And I think these things that happen in our lives via music, you know, we talk about music, we talk about songs, we talk about songwriting, and gigs and all this other stuff. But I think actually it's some of the things that happen, kind of from a karmic standpoint via the music that don't get talked about often, which is like your story. You know, without music, my wife and I would not be together because at 15 years old, like you, I was sitting on the steps of a community center, strumming on a 12-string guild, and a girl walks up and she's 14 and says, "I like that song."
Mhm. That's amazing.
And, you know, and here we are, 55 years later, but without the music, you know, and again, this is not about gigs, this is not about any of that. It's not even about songs.
Right.
It's just about this thing that music can do to bring people together. And, you know, you alluded to that again too with the chill room with Walt's TCA. I mean, had it not been for the chill room, and if you want to take that a step further back, had it not been for Walt saying to me, "There's this place opening, and they're looking for someone to host an open mic," and I say yes, and this guy
Mhm.
Matthew Allen walks in there, you know, all this stuff is not about chords and notes. It's about other things. So tell me for you, um, how you came to be here, for one, because obviously you started out somewhere else, and what that change really has meant for you, even putting music aside for a second, but all these connections and all these twists as a result of music. How'd that work for you?
Well, uh, I've had probably 472 jobs, and the only one I enjoy is playing music. And it took me, I don't know, many years to surrender to the fact that I'm not meant for anything else but music. And what how I ended up here in Tempe at this time, um, is crazy. Because I was already here. I was already here. I was here in 2012, 2013, 14, 15. The problem was I wasn't I wasn't here uh in the right mind, and it wasn't the right time. So I was going through I was struggling with drinking and going out and partying too much, and it wasn't until things had to happen to get me on the right uh path. And you know so I was here, but I left to Montana in 2022, because my daughter and her mom were having a hard time finding a place to live. It's after COVID, things have skyrocketed. They can't afford rent. I'm living in Black Canyon City in a travel trailer since 2017. Here it is, 2022. I am not playing music at this time. I'm just focusing on raising Madeline and just trying to get money to come in. And uh, I was like, look, I've I've got an opportunity. My mom is out in Montana. She just bought some property. I can help her out with that. we'll have family there. Let's just go see what that's like. So we left in 2022 and lived in Montana, the Billings area, negative 55 degrees the first winter. I wrapped my Forerunner around a telephone pole because I don't know, I forgot to put it in 4-wheel drive. I've been driving in the desert. Forgot to do that. I had the 4-wheel drive. No, I didn't put it in there. So, anyways, fast forward that experience. It's 2024, August, and I'm in Scottsdale, living in my truck. I've decided that Madeline's going to be doing her thing and I'm going to pursue music again. So I come out here and I say, I'm going to do it. And I find this place. I'm like, okay, I've obviously got to go back to do what I was doing, hitting all the open mics. So I look up all the open mics. I go through the entire valley, all the open mics, find them all. And I hit them. And then I come across this chill room place. And something just was different. Glenn, the way that you hosted that open mic was what I was looking for. It was like a respect to every musician coming on. And it was in an environment that was non-alcoholic, that had friendly people, accepting people, everybody there. And so I was like, okay, I can see putting this place on the map, focusing on building here. And that's where we started. That's where I started. And it's just blown up ever since. So that's, in a nutshell, long story short, that's how I came back to Tempe and started playing again.
What a ride and what a story. And I didn't realize that it was that late that I thought you'd been at the chill room since the beginning. Not that that matters, but you just have come so far so quick. And just before I get people saying things to me, uh, you're not the only one that works hard. Everyone works hard there. I don't want all my other chill room squad to get me wrong, because I think everybody works hard, but you just have this drive. And now that everybody has learned some personal things about you and know you better, which is great to know because you're kind of a quiet, more of a quiet person.
I'm what's called a Sigma male.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a Sigma for sure.
And that's okay. Nothing's
Yeah.
wrong with that. But now that we know you a little bit, someone that doesn't know you and hasn't heard you, how would you describe your music style and your sound to people that haven't heard you that are going to come out and listen to you now?
Well, the influences run super, super deep. Although I haven't mastered the blues, I have a love for the blues and the sort of the count and the rhythm of it, mixed in with everything that I was brought up on, like all the country music, even though I don't listen to country. Like I love Hank Williams Jr. and Merle Haggard and Waylon Jennings are my favorite. Just that outlaw cowboy, really, I'm attracted to that. And then going into my very first influence as a musician was Michael Jackson. I was breakdancing back in early '80s to Michael Jackson, and I was just a kid.
That's funny because Walt was too. You should have seen him.
Walt was one of those zombies in the Thriller video.
Out on Mill Avenue doing, that. Yeah.
Right. It was about 84, 85.
Yep.
So, and then that grew into like the hip hop of like Belle Biv DeVoe,
love them.
Stuff like the early '90s, late '80s.
What, Run DMC, stuff like that?
Run DMC, all of that, and then that grew into Nirvana. Nirvana hit 1991. That's when I heard it, and I was blown away. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, hey, this is how I feel." This is how I feel. When Nirvana came out, I was like, "That's how I feel." And so I was just drawn to. Then I heard Alice in Chains, and that was a whole nother thing. Soundgarden, a whole nother thing. Pearl Jam, Mudhoney. Then I got into like the Melvins and all that stuff. And then so if you're coming out to see the Matthew Allen project, you're gonna hear those influences, but I don't think I sound like those particularly. I
No, you
I would say
definitely have a unique sound. You have a unique, that's one of the things I love about you and your music and your voice. It's very
and
distinct and unique and
when I
wonderful.
get that cello player,
Yeah,
when I
we'll
get
get
that
her.
cello player and I get that drummer locked in, I'm telling you right now, things are going to change. And I can't wait for that time. But right now, I'm doing what Walt has told me. He's like, you just got to get other musicians. You got to get the musicians. You got to book the shows. You got to bring them on. So I'm taking that advice.
And you've
And
got a show booked. You've got a big one coming up. When is this one? When is the next show? The December 13th. That's a big one.
yeah, it's this new thing called, well, the bar's not new. It's a Sage and Sand out in Glendale. And they're having this Apex Fight League boxing match that's a pay-per-view event. Starts at 2 p.m. and there's like 22 fights. They're like 3-minute rounds. So supposedly we're gonna time it to around 10:30 p.m. I'm supposed to go on after the title fight. So we're hoping that it's gonna be a pretty awesome event. And I've got Matthew Moyer joining me, Waylon Moyer, Tracy on drums. I've got a feature that I'm gonna do with 26Z with the 3 songs that we wrote together. So I'm gonna feature those, and then we're gonna close the show off with Act Two. We're doing a lot of Nirvana covers mixed in with my originals. And Saturday, December 13th, 10:30 p.m. we go on at a place called Sage and Sand.
Now, are there tickets for sale for this event? Or is it a
Well, the
free
music is free. The music is
music
free, but if
free?
you want to
Okay.
come to the
Before event.
boxing, there's definitely tickets available, and they have VIP seating. Afterwards, there's going to be a bunch of drink specials and a bunch of food specials, and I think there's a raffle or something they're going to do.
Cool.
But yeah, it should be really cool.
Cool. Cool. Cool. So beyond music now, what is your vibe and what do you hope to take away from all this that's coming up for you that's snowballing into more events and bigger gigs and better, you know, just a better musical life that you've been wanting? What's your vibe now that you want to happen? Do you have any projects, or just are you just taking it day by day right now?
No, well, the vibe is I really want to get my so-called record label off the ground. I want to promote other artists. I want to promote other shows. I want to do festivals the way that I think they should be done. I've learned that if you want to do something, do it yourself. Um, I want to support other artists who I can see are doing the same, not the same, but on the same frequency as hardworking artists are. I understand that there's a lot of people out there that play for the hobby of it, and I respect those players, and I appreciate those players. But then there's the ones that are super focused and have an idea of where they want to end up. I mean, I want to start doing things like helping the youth, children and the human race. Like, this is like what I want to do is I want to get to a point where I can help the children in any way possible through music programs, sports programs, just having a safe space. There's so many kids out there right now who are having issues at home, no parents, no direction. And this is where a lot of the issues are coming from. And uh, there's a lack of love in the home. And that's where I want my music to start leading, is to more opportunities in life is for the human race. I want to help the human race be a better place.
Thank you, Matthew.
You're
So,
welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Matthew, um, I got this one little kind of question statement, and then we'll probably close this part of the interview up. But when we sat there at the chill room, and you were in the place where you were at. There was there was nothing on the landscape. It was what you wanted to have on the landscape. And the conversations that we had, one of the things that we kind of talked about was how we have to change our mindset, how we have to move ourselves out of the way. That sometimes the only obstacle left in life after you've jumped a lot of hurdles and crossed a lot of rivers and is ourself. And I could tell you could hear what I was saying, but I want to share with you the fact that everything that you've talked about in this interview were the things that weren't even on napkin at one point in time. And I was saying to you, you can do this. It is done. We'd shake hands over it and everything. Do you see, can you understand how that whole process works now so that going forward with the other things are easier?
100%, bro. I love you, Walt. I'm telling you, man, you are a godsend. Um, it is the trauma is heavy,
Yes.
especially those who just went through it. You know what I mean, or are going through it. And I'm telling you, man, um, it it's almost an addiction, self-destruct mode.
Right. Right.
Um, I was addicted to why me, and I still kind of struggle with it sometimes. But I catch myself, and I'm able to overcome it faster and faster and faster. Um, we have to get outside of ourselves
Mm-hmm.
because we're not that important as an individual. We're important as a collective,
Mm-hmm.
and we are all the same as a collective, which makes us the individual.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've learned is, people can say stay positive, think positive. I get that. But what they don't say is that throughout that entire existence of trying to stay positive, there are I don't know what it is, but there are entities that are or things that are going to test you every moment of every way, and they want you to fail and they want you to give in to that. And the more you resist it, I've found that the stronger the love has grown in my soul to understand that most of what's going on in front of me is my people, my brothers and sisters, stick with blindness and lack of self preservation, self love. And that's what I'm talking about with the children that having no family, no love in the home. Um, we are we're strong enough. We're we're smart enough. We have a frequency as a human race to shine so bright that that it seems like the outside is doing everything they can to shut us down, and all you have to do is open your eyes. I'm tired of the division. I'm tired of he said, she said. I am 100% ready for people to let that go and come together because it's now or never is how I feel about it.
You
So
you've been you've been to the same school I have of Walt Richardson.
so I have one more thing that you brought up that I want to add to that. Um, we've mentioned the place, the chill room, quite often throughout this interview, but I would like to add that the thing that the chill room is offering is more than just the services that it provides. You know,
Sure.
it's what's called a safe place.
Yep.
And most of the people in that chill room are turning around from some kind of situation. There have been a few people that I've known almost in a similar situation as yourself, where They were living out of their cars, and the chill room was a place that they would come just to rest. If they would just catch a nap on the couches, or sometimes in cases you were fed, you know,
Absolutely.
by them. They just pick this meal, man, and they could just be.
Absolutely.
And those little time, those things mean a lot. And when you're in the space, vulnerable space that you were in at that time. And I'm proud of you, and very, very proud of you and what I see. And I can attest to the fact of watching that you and your daughter, that love for her, and when she was up there singing with you on stage and everything like that, you were, I was seeing that I was right. And what was I right about? The goodness in you, the realness in you, and the wanting to always evolve to the higher in you. And so that's a place I would talk to, and I wouldn't listen to the other area of excuses and everything because everybody's got those, and we would
Mhm.
laugh about that part.
That's why
Then,
you
then,
don't
then,
listen to me.
and then, then next week you come up and you'll say, "Guess what, Walt?" And I'll say, "Okay, tell me."
Yeah.
And it'll be the next step, you know.
Yeah.
So I just want to say thank you for accepting the friendship. Thank you for being, on this program, and thank you for sharing your music with the community. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, bro. What I'm seeing, and I know you're excited about this space, but there's more coming. That's so abundant, and I'm glad that you're on the team to help make it happen.
You guys have no idea what you mean to me. 100%. The chill room, it, look, when you're down and out, a piece of pizza, bro, it's like $1 million. I ain't gonna
Right.
lie. And I'll tell you what, man. If they need anything at the chill room, I'll be there for them. They're
Mhm.
100% family to me, and they can be family to anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody
Hmm.
wants to have a place to go that is super, let's just say, top of the line people, um, safe place, creative spot,
Hmm.
chill room will be it. I
Yeah.
don't care if you're in North Phoenix, you got to drive
Yeah,
to Tempe.
I know. I'm ready. I'm ready to move to Tempe. I'm ready
Hey.
to
Yeah,
move there just so I can be by the chill room.
yeah.
Yeah, we got plenty of room here. Well,
I'm
actually, we're
ready.
we're landlocked, but we'll find a space for you.
They're building that whole new big building right near you, Walt. It's going to
I
be
know.
like 900 floors of apartments. So,
Oh,
I might have to move in.
yeah, there's room. We'll
There's
make
room.
room. Yeah.
yeah.
Matthew, it was so good seeing you and finding a little bit more about you. I knew your family ties ran deep because when I would put that live stream out every week, there was always someone from Montana who would identify themselves as your mom.
My mama,
Every single week, she watched every single minute and
my number
always
one thing.
always
Number
made
two,
sure
number
she
one.
commented that
Maddie.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
so
Right
that's pretty awesome.
This
And
might be
yeah,
the one. This might be the one she'll miss.
yeah.
right?
I'm joking.
No, I know. Yeah, right.
she,
She's
she,
gonna find a way.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this is
Well,
Yeah,
good. This is
she's
good.
a Leo. She's loyal. She is my ultimate protector, my ultimate hero. I love my mom.
Yeah.
you should, and as I've often said, no matter how old you are, and I can attest to this, it sucks to be an orphan.
Yeah.
And enjoy it while you got it, because
Hmm.
in the immortal words of Joni Mitchell, you don't know what you got till it's gone. So um, we
Yep.
love you,
Under.
and
I love
uh,
you.
and I'm so glad that we had a chance to find out a little bit more today. So thanks so much, Matt.
Thank you,
Thank
Matt.
you.
We
Hey
will
man,
catch you next time.
I'll
Thank you,
see
guys. Have a great day.
you in
You
the chill room.
too. All right.
What an
Off into
emotional
the
one
ether he
that
goes.
was.
That was beautiful. Yeah.
Jesus, whew, I was having a hard time getting through that.
I'm still
I,
having a hard time.
I was, And that was one of the questions when I looked at the list that were here. I said, okay, I'm going to talk about his daughter. And it turns up that it's at the front of the program. I was going to thought it would be something to come toward the end of the program, but uh, the way has a way
Yeah.
of moving things in the space where, I mean, I was just kind of like, the real sincereness,
Yeah, you can't,
man.
Yeah,
you
you
can't
can't
fake
fake.
that.
Mm-mm.
Nope, nope. And I knew it was going to be deep, but I didn't know it was going to be that deep.
I think we held on without going.
Shoot,
I
man,
know,
I was
right?
close, man.
I was too,
I
man.
was close. I was
Uh,
losing it.
I was I was watching your nose turn red.
I was
Your
not.
face
I
turned
was
red.
losing it.
I said,
Yeah.
man, Jamie's holding on hard, man.
You don't know, man. It was a good interview. I'm glad.
Well,
I'm glad
you can
I.
sense that in his music, though. I mean,
Oh yeah,
people that
absolutely.
feel deeply,
Mhm.
that definitely is displayed in what they
Yeah.
do, and what Matt does, certainly shows that level of emotion. And I'm just so glad that that I could play this much of a role in where he's at and what he's
Yeah,
doing, because when you come right down to it, spreading uh, this kind of joy, which is this music thing. Um, there's no better feeling to me than facilitating somebody else's art, and somebody to you look at what Walt's conversations with him did to his life. As
mhm.
opposed to me, I mean, my conversations with Walt have destroyed my life basically and made it incredibly difficult. And I've wanted to take my own life on numerous occasions while I'm talking to him.
Thus,
But not everybody has that particular reaction. With Matt, you could see the incredible, I mean, really major life change
hmm
that
yeah.
ensued as a result. And I remember, Walt's got a corner at the chill room.
Yeah.
And if you happen to be in that corner, prepare for your life to change one way or the other. You can seek him out in that corner. When he's at TCA, he's in work
It's a dip.
mode.
It is. You can't
That's a
bother him there.
yeah. Just
I'm in
go and do your music,
I'm
and
in clown
he'll make you sound great, or he'll insult you or whatever.
I'm in
But
clown mode. I am in clown mode up there, man.
last night you were like
You were on fire
you
last
were
night.
sizzling. I mean, it was like whoa.
You were.
I was
Yeah.
having
You were.
fun.
But that
Good
corner at the
night.
chill room is really like, remember the old Charlie Brown thing, psychiatric help
Yeah,
5 cents? It's that booth.
it is.
It's
It
right
is.
back there in that corner.
It is for
But you had
sure.
such a profound effect on on what this guy really putting the
hmm
music aside, he had to turn his life around,
hmm
because
Yeah.
these things go one or the other way, and there's
Right.
generally not a middle ground.
No, there
Uh,
isn't. And Glenn, it's a very simple message. And I think the simplicity of it is what makes it challenging. Life is is very simple, and in its simplicity, it is powerful. When you think of that one little piece of blade of grass that can push its way up through cement,
Mm,
it's a simple blade of grass, and all it is life energy pushing it toward the sun. It knows it needs that, but it can come through cement or a crack in cement, right? And that to me is an example that sometimes we overcomplicate our life with a lot of things that really, really aren't that important in the long run. When you boil it down to what's important, you kind of come down with maybe 1 or 2% of whatever it is you're worried about or concerned about that you might need to address. But hey man, when you get to that 1%
yeah.
and you use the energy that you were amassing for the 100%, you can knock that 1% out with a bink and then go on about and have yourself a good day. And it really does come down to something that is very quantum. we're an energy field, and our thoughts and our feelings about ourselves, about the environment, and about each other affects how we see ourselves, the environment, and each other. And we are the masters of being able to control that. And once you get your hands on the steering wheel of it, then whoa, the universe is at your command.
And
It
as was evidenced in what
mhm, mhm.
Matthew was talking about
Yeah.
there, because this is a guy that really was, was on the edge.
Oh yeah.
And
His vehicle, he was sleeping in it. Once he was moving around in it a little bit, parts of the engines fell apart.
I
He didn't
remember,
have no money to fix
yeah,
that, and sleeping in that vehicle in the summertime is not easy out here in the desert. But he
no,
never really complained about it, and that
no,
by being at the chill room, somebody at the chill room had a room that he could, uh, get into a bed. And he's talking about his the first bed he slept in what, a year or two or
yeah,
something. And then from there, other little connections started happening. He was taking advantage of the best of those connections. And now he's at the spot where now he's got footing. And as he's got footing, he's getting traction. And as you're getting traction, you can tell when a person has traction. You don't see him every day.
right.
And at one point in
Yeah.
time, I was seeing him every day at the chill room, same spot, boom, 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 boom. And then it started getting to, oh, where's Matt? I haven't seen him in a couple of
Got
days.
this
Oh, he
going
found a
on, got
place.
that
He
going
found
on.
a
Yeah.
place where he can live. He's moving in there. Oh, okay, you get that. Do-do-do-do. And now I walk in there.
You to take it lightly, Walt, because I've had many conversations with him as well. Not deep
Mm.
like yours, because I'm not. I got my own issues, but
You need to stop.
She'll be giving you a nickel and sitting in that corner next
oh,
week.
I'm giving him plenty of nickels. My check's in the mail every Sunday. I seriously though, I every time I talk to him, it always circles about around Walt said this, Walt said that, and he's done everything you
Yeah.
tell him,
Hmm.
and he's worked it and he's
Hmm.
made it work, and he
Yeah.
listens. That's
Yeah.
why I love Matthew too. He
He
listens. He
listens.
doesn't just ask, he listens.
And
And and
that's a good quality in men like him, because there's a lot of men that hear you,
yeah,
but they don't listen. And I think his daughter is one that showed him how to listen and hear,
yeah,
because that she's got his heart, right?
yeah,
And so
absolutely.
he can't do nothing but listen to her and hear her, right?
Right,
And
right.
and, and that's the doorway, man. You open that
Yeah.
heart, boom, boom, boom.
Well,
So
there's
That's what
certainly a
we got.
lot that you can take from that conversation, because it's really a textbook example of
yeah,
the power of our music community here,
yep.
and as opposed to people competing with everybody,
Hmm.
um, people actually coming together to move people in the right direction, and it's not common. This is kind of a special place that
Yeah.
we have here, and by place I mean mental place and physical place,
Hmm.
because it doesn't happen everywhere. And I know, Walt's an army brat, and Jamie, you've moved around a lot, and I've certainly been a music gypsy. I've been a lot of places, and this place is different.
It is. Yeah.
This geographic location is different, and it's mentally different. For whatever reason, there's a very interesting mix of people, ages,
Hmm.
backgrounds, just all kinds of different things, but it's come together to create something incredibly special that I
Hmm.
just have not encountered anywhere else that
Right.
that I've lived, and I've lived in a lot of places, because I people get sick of me and they will invite me to leave after after a short period of time.
They buy you
Uh,
that train ticket out of town?
right now, that hasn't happened here yet, but I'm holding my breath.
No, he was given a bus ticket.
Yeah, right.
He was given the stage, the next one out of town.
Right.
Yeah, this town
No,
ain't big enough for you
I
and
I
me.
agree with you 100% because I was born and raised here, and at graduation time, couldn't wait to leave because I was going to be a rock star, and it wasn't happening in Arizona. I thought I didn't think this was the place, and I've said it many times. there's not a music scene in Arizona. And like you, I've been, well, both of you have been all over, and
Mhm.
I've seen them. And there's music scenes in different states and different places, and they're great. Once I got back here, I thought it was over for me. I thought, well, I'm done. And it is blown up and so much bigger than I ever gave
Mhm.
Arizona credit for,
Mhm.
especially Tempe.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just it's amazing, and I'm glad I'm back. I'm glad I'm back.
Me
Okay,
too.
so yeah, I'm glad you're back. We have. Are we going to take this program over today? Because we haven't gotten to the
No,
event.
we
I know. There is so much happening this time
Yeah,
of year. I was
sure
just,
did.
yeah,
when I was getting ready for the show, I was looking at, oh my gosh, this. I better get
yeah.
busy here. But
Same here.
right, you
Well,
want you?
let me go first because I
All
want to
right,
make it
go
easy
ahead,
for
Jay
both
Marie.
of you because nothing's going on out here. We have a lot of music and there's events. They've got some tree lighting, but and I'm not just saying this because I love Tempe or the West Side, but there's a lot more going on that side of the valley. So I think you two need to take the rest of the show today for those
Okay,
events.
okay. I'll start off what's happening, hot and happening in Tempe. Uh, we have the Fall Tempe Festival of the Arts going on uh, this weekend coming up, and it goes from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, ends on December 7th. We have the Bill Bagg Family Magic happening at the Tempe Center for the Arts on December 6th. We have the Music of Hans Zimmer December 21st at the Tempe Center for the Arts, and we have the Magical Cirque Christmas. I think I'm saying that right on December 30th at ASU Gamage. And we have the Mill Avenue Ghost Tours. And
Mm,
those tours run 6 days a week. They're closed on Tuesdays. And these tours are at the Hayden Flour Mill. We have Stray Cats presenting. I don't even know how to say this. It's this is how it's spelled. REYKL, excuse me, KJAVIK. Where's that? Reykjavik?
Is that
Reykjavik?
Reykjavik? Reykjavik.
Yeah,
Retrofit.
Reykjavik. Okay, thank you. The Icelandic part of me did not come up, did not surface on that, right?
They make a good cod there.
And that's put on by the Stray Cats, and that's going to be go through December 14th at the Tempe Center for the Arts. Now we have the Fantasy of Lights Parade that's happening December 13th at the Tempe Beach Park. We have the a menorah lighting ceremony December 16th at the Ragsdale MLK Park. We have the celebration of Christmas, multiple showings from December 13th through the 21st at Dream City Church. We have Las Noches de la Luminaries. Well,
Luminary.
Luminary. Okay, and that goes from December 30th. It goes to December 30th at the Desert Botanical Garden. Those are just a
Mm.
few of the things.
Yeah.
There's a whole list more that I'm not going to take up any more time, but you can look at the AI search of events taking place in Tempe, and you'll also can go to the Tempe Tourism Board, and you can go on to the Tempe Downtown Association and find out all this information
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
and more.
great.
And
Good
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Or you can sit at home and feel sorry for yourself.
That's what you're going to do, right?
Right? I've got plenty of
And
that.
you'll call
Call
Feeling
me.
sorry for myself right now.
Hey, look, I'll be at an event right now. I got a
I
gig
gotta go.
tonight. I got a couple.
you have
I'm
a
playing.
gig tonight.
I have a gig tonight.
You forgot about December 13th. You have a gig at the Chill Room, and those Blindsiders are playing at the Chill Room December 20th too. Little Christmas show.
So December 13th, yes,
Yeah.
the show that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Um, but let's see, I'm at the Arizona Wilderness tonight, and then
Yeah.
I'm playing at the Fall Tempe Festival of the Arts on Saturday at noon.
Which is
Friday.
that's a great event
Oh
too.
man, it's fun.
So much going on. Uh Friday, December 5th, There's something neat happening. It's actually in your world, but it's kind of in my world, Walter. At the Tempe Marketplace District stage, there's something called Winter's Eve Serenade, and
Oh,
it is a gathering of women actually, and women sometimes in the music community, depending on what community you're in, feel like they don't get their just due, and I would have to agree with that sometimes. So this is a collection of women, and a lot of you know Savannah Ray, and
hmm,
she, another chill room connection.
yeah.
And she put this together at Tempe Marketplace District Stage, 5 to 9 p.m. And it's Rabid Rage, Bryn Rider, Vox Manica, and Chaos is an Aesthetic, which is going to be happening. And I'm going to be hosting that along with her and running sound for it because I really believe these people deserve a stage and an audience. And so that's happening Friday the 5th, 5 to 9 p.m. Also going on, and as Walt alluded to, there's just lots and lots of things happening. But on December 17th, there's a benefit open mic that's happening at North Mountain Brewing Company for um, community photojournalism, and you can go online and check out that open mic on the 17th. But that's going to be to benefit community photojournalism, particularly in the Latino community. And I'm really looking forward to helping out with that one too. Walt and I have a show on the 14th at North Mountain Brewing Company, and if you haven't obtained a life by then, perhaps you want to show up for that. That should be fun. Um,
Yeah.
we had Beon from the Levine Folk Festival, which happened the Saturday in front of Thanksgiving. It was incredible. 6 stages. It was a huge success, and we were watching the sky the whole time
Oh, wow.
because the forecast was dicey, to say the least. It did not rain until I was running one of the stages down there, running sound on one of the stages. The last act, the frequency principle, was on this stage, and there was 5 minutes left to go in the last act's set, and then the skies opened up. So, I mean, the timing was really unbelievable that the whole festival got in. There were lots of people there. It was great, and I know they're already working on next year. So that's a cool thing, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful event, real grassroots kind of thing, not fancy. Out on a dairy farm, one of the few farms actually left in Levine, as you look at areas of the valley that are just blowing up because there's still some farmland there. It's getting gobbled up. So the opportunity to actually play on a dairy farm in the valley here is pretty neat, and they're expecting that to obviously continue next
If you
year,
haven't done the dairy farm, you haven't played in Arizona.
right?
That's right. That
Right. Milk don't get much fresher than down there, I'll tell you.
I'm telling you.
Man
Yeah.
alive.
I lied. I have three things to tell you about. I lied.
Well, there's one more event that's upcoming, or two more. One is the Glendale Folk Festival, which is February 28th and March 1st. That's at the main library. It's all outside. It's at the main library in the park that's adjacent to it in Glendale off of Brown. And if you go to the City of Glendale's website, you can get all the information on that. I know they're putting the schedule together right now. So that is a huge festival, a huge 2 day festival, great
It's already
festival to play at.
closed. People to um
I don't know, but I know that they always have a wait list, and as is the case with festivals that are just big multi-stage events, multi-day events, there's always someone who doesn't show
yeah,
up.
yeah,
It's
true.
it's just law of average. Someone is not going to show up. So if you get on a wait list, chances are you're probably going to play. So if you go to the City of Glendale's website and you look for the Glendale Folk and Heritage Festival, you're going to find that. The other thing happening at that library over on the west side in Glendale, and this is going to be on January 31st, Saturday. It is the annual Arizona Songwriters Gathering, another big event. And it's 10 to 5 at the main library in Glendale. And some of it happens inside, most of it happens outside. Where it's really a celebration of songwriting in Arizona. And it's again a really neat festival, and you can find information on that same place because it's associated with the library on the City of Glendale's website, or the Arizona Songwriters Association also has a lot of information on that. So, and that's just a small tip of the iceberg of kind of what's going on here in the next little, because the holidays are chock-a-block full of
A lot going on.
stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Check it all out, support all these great local shows and everything. And despite the fact that Jamie Ray said she was done,
It's three things.
we're going to have to endure even more. So,
Yeah.
all right, I'm going to
So,
mute
in
myself now.
In Queen Creek, there's a tree lighting on Friday the 5th. They have a big tree lighting event. I think most of the towns do, but Queen Creek has a big one. They do have a parade Saturday morning too, a Christmas parade. So you want to go to that. Schneff Farms has a lot going on. They've got their Christmas pageant going on with all the lights, Christmas caroling, good event. And so I lied, one more thing. I said 3, there's 4. Now I'm done. The Merry Main Street in Mesa has a lot going on this weekend, actually every weekend, Wednesday through Saturday. And we were supposed to play there this weekend, but Matthew Moyer is filling in for us on Friday night. So there's going to be live music, and then the tree lighting, all that is going on. So please get out, go to one of these festivals or some event and support everybody all over, because there's enough going on. You can find something to do. And come see us. Come see Glenn, come see Walt, come see the Blindsiders. We'd love to say hi to you. That's live, loud, and local in the Valley.
Is that it, or you? I just want
No,
to
I'm
make
done.
sure. Are you sure?
Well, forks up.
All right.
Works up.
This was a really nice show. I very much enjoyed learning more about Matthew Allen and his journey. And we feature generally an artist or someone connected with the music community here in Arizona every week. If you're interested, you can reach out to either any one of us actually,
Yeah.
and we'll see if we can get you on. And again, it's just been a phenomenal experience. I've been watching the numbers grow on the number of people who are consuming the program, and also joining the group off the Facebook page. But we're on YouTube and Facebook, and this would be the perfect opportunity for me to say, this is the Desert Vibe. I am Glenn Gardner.
I'm Walt Richardson.
I'm Jamie Ray.
And we'll be looking for you guys next time. We love you all, and appreciate so much the support.
We love you.
Take care.